There comes a time in everyone's life when you hit a wall, a point where it feels like no way forward exists. The pain feels too deep, the loss too heavy, the mountain too high. You try everything humanly possible, effort, strategy, help from others, but nothing works. And then, when you've exhausted every plan, you look up and realize the truth that changes everything. Everything is possible with God. This isn't just a phrase, it's a reality that millions have lived through. The same God who created the universe, who parted the Red Sea, who raised the dead, is the same God who can move in your life right now. Nothing is too broken for Him to heal, nothing is too lost for Him to restore, and no dream is too big for Him to fulfill. You might be standing in a season where everything looks impossible. Your finances are low, your relationships are falling apart, your faith feels weak, and you're tired of waiting. But remember this, God's delay is not His denial. When He says, wait, He's not ignoring you, He's preparing you. Every closed door, every disappointment, every tear, it all fits into His greater plan. The reason most people give up before the miracle happens is because they stop believing right before the breakthrough. But those who hold on, those who keep trusting even when it hurts, those who whisper, God, I still believe, they're the ones who see the impossible become possible. Faith isn't pretending everything is fine. Faith is standing firm when everything around you says it's over. It's trusting that even when you can't see a way, God is already making one. It's believing that even when you're weak, His strength is made perfect in you. Think about this, every miracle in the Bible began with something that looked impossible. David faced a giant with just a stone. Moses faced an army with just a staff. Daniel faced lions with nothing but faith. And yet, every single one of them walked out victorious because God was with them. If He could do it then, He can do it now. The world says, you can't. God says, I can. The world says, it's over. God says, I'm just getting started. The world says, there's no hope. God says, I am your hope. When you have God, you have the power that created the universe working inside you. That's not small, that's unstoppable. Every time you pray, every time you trust Him a little more, every time you choose faith over fear, heaven moves on your behalf. You may not see it immediately, but God is working in ways you can't yet imagine. That's why you can never give up. Maybe you've been praying for healing, and it hasn't come. Maybe you've been praying for peace, but life keeps testing you. Maybe you've been praying for a door to open, and all you see are walls. Keep believing. Because God specializes in turning impossible into done. He doesn't need perfect people, He needs trusting hearts. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to say, God, I can't do this without you. And that's when He steps in. That's when He shows you that His power works best in your weakness. Remember this, the same God who made dry bones live again can breathe life into your situation. The same God who turned water into wine can turn your pain into purpose. The same God who rose from the grave can raise you from your darkest moments. So, don't limit what God can do. Don't look at your circumstances and think it's over. Look up and remember who your Father is. He doesn't operate in logic, He operates in miracles. And what seems impossible to man is possible with Him. Your faith may not move the mountain instantly, but it will move heaven to move the mountain for you. That's how powerful your belief is. God doesn't need the situation to be easy, He just needs you to believe. When you put your trust fully in Him, you begin to see life differently. You stop saying, I can't, and start saying, God can. You stop living in fear of the unknown and start walking with confidence in His plan. You stop doubting and start resting. One day, you'll look back and realize that the situation that almost broke you was the very thing that built your faith. You'll realize that God never forgot you, He was just preparing you for something far greater than what you prayed for. So, no matter how impossible your situation looks right now, don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. Don't stop believing. Because everything, absolutely everything, is possible with God. He turns tears into strength. He turns delays into direction. He turns pain into power. He turns your impossible into His testimony. God doesn't fail. He never has, and He never will. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Because one day, you'll say, now I understand why he made me wait. And that's when you'll know, it was God all along.